Hello and welcome back to our maths lessons. I am going to bathe here in a cup of tea whilst you are going to complete these conversions. Unpause when you're ready to hear the solutions. So thinking about those words and the prefixes, which will really help us, thinking about what kilo means, milli, centi, and the answers. Ooh. There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. There are also 1,000 kilograms in 1 ton. There are 10 millimeters in a centimeter, 100 centimeters in a meter, and 1,000 meters in a kilometer. And if we use those, we can help follow and complete the conversions. 3 kilograms must be 3,000 grams. 3.5 kilograms are 3.5. 1,000 grams, 3,500. 7,000 meters are 7 kilometers, and 2.9 kilometers are 2,900 meters. And there are 100 millimeters in 10 centimeters. Remember, you can draw out a place value chart if that will help you to multiply and divide by 10, 100 or 1,000, whatever you need to multiply by, depending on what the conversion is. So today, can I solve problems using metric measures? Well, hopefully we can. Let's go through it. So thinking about length, mass and capacity. Length, we've got millimeters. Do you think of any more measures? Centimeters. And to get there, divide by 10. To get back, times by 10. Because centimeters are 10 times bigger than a millimeter. A meter is how big compared to a centimeter. Well, we need to divide by 100 to get from centimeters to a meter, because 100 centimeters make up a meter, and multiply by 100 to get from meters to centimeters, because 100 of them go inside. Kilometers, how many? Kilo, remember, it means 1,000. Divide by 1,000 to get from meters to kilometers, and multiply by 1,000 to get from kilometers to meters. So mass, starting with smallest, grams to kilograms to ton. 1,000 grams in a kilogram and 1,000 kilograms in a ton. And capacity, well, there are 10 milliliters in a centiliter, and there are 100 centiliters in a litre. And if we were going to jump straight from milliliters to litres, that would be 1,000. So you can count the number of zeros to help us. To jump straight from grams to tons, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros there. So 1,000,000 times 1,000,000 grams fit in a ton. So we'd have to jump either right or left by 6 place values, because there's 6 zeros. And to get from a millimeter to a kilometer, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1,000,000 millimeters make up a kilometer. So we'd either have to divide by 1,000,000 or multiply by 1,000,000 if we wanted to convert from millimeters to kilometers, that is. Okay, so Eva, Alex, Ron, Amir and Mo are running around their school playground doing some PE today, guys. 1 lap of the school playground is 300 meters. Eva runs 3 laps. Have a think about how many meters that is. She's still running. Hopefully you've got your answer. 3 lots of 300 meters is 900. 1 lap is 300, 2 laps are 600, and 3 laps are 900 in meters. What would that be in kilometers? Remember, we've got to divide by 1,000. That would have been 0.9. Alex runs 5 laps. How far does she run? Now we want to write your answer in kilometers. It's a 2-part question. First, we're going to work it out in meters, and then we're going to divide by 1,000 to find out the answer in kilometers. So, have a think, and then listen on when you're ready to hear the solution. So 4 laps would be 1,200, 5 laps would be 1,500, but that's the answer in meters. The question specifically is asked for kilometers, so we need to divide by 1,000, which would give us 1.5 kilometers. Right, Ron's up next. He runs 2.4 kilometers. How many laps does he run? So how am I going to figure this out? What do I need to do? Have a think. Well, I need to see how many times 300 meters fits into 2.4 kilometers. And 2.4 kilometers is 2,400 meters. So, how many times does 300 go into 2,400? Well, we know it's double 4, because that's 1,200. So 300 would fit in 8 times into 2,400. 8 laps. Amir runs 900 meters. Mo runs 2.1 kilometers. How many more laps did Mo run? So we need to figure out how many times 300 meters goes into 2.1 kilometers. We can compare that with how many times 300 meters goes into 900 meters. How many laps that would be. So I know that 3 laps is 900 meters for Amir, but I don't know how many times that goes into 300 goes into 2,100, but if I count in 300s all the way up, it would be 7 times. So Mo ran 4 more laps, because to get from 3 to 7, that would be 4 more times. Okay, a parcel has a mass of 426 grams. Mass is just another word for weight. Whitney receives a parcel that has a mass 4 times greater. So what are we going to have to do? What's our first step here? What's the mass of Whitney's parcel? How am I going to figure that out? And then it says give your answer in kilograms. That's something else I'm going to have to do. So the method, what we're using is we need to multiply by 4 and then we need to convert to kilograms. Have a go at that and pause when you're ready to hear the solution. It's got a bar model here to help us. It's 4 lots of 426. You can do that as column method. So you should have got the answer of 1,704 grams, but we've specifically asked for the answer in kilograms, so we need to divide by 1,000, which gives us 1.704 kilograms. Have a go at questions 1 to 5 on the worksheet, and then when you've done those, come back and listen to the rest of this video. Okay, so you should have done questions 1 to 5 on your worksheet. Now we're moving on to some reasoning problem solving stuff. So Tommy has 2 litres of orange juice. He pours 450 millilitres for Dexter. He gives 1/4 of a litre to Dora. He drinks 350 millilitres himself. How much orange juice is left? Give your answer in millilitres. So we're starting off with litres, but we've got to give our answer in millilitres. How are we going to solve this? Have a think. Try and do it by yourself. If you get stuck though, listen on. Okay, hopefully you've given that a try at least by now. So, we need to think about how much has been used. So we've got 450 ml going for Dexter, and 1,000 ml is what 1 litre is worth. I've got 1/4 of a litre going to Dora. So 1/4 of 1,000 was 250. And he drinks 350 millilitres himself. I need to add those 3 together. If you haven't done that, do that now. And you should have got 1,050. So how much is left? Well, he had 2 litres to begin with, which is 2,000 millilitres. So if we take 1,050 away from 2,000, how much is left? 950, and that's millilitres. 950 millilitres. Okay. A bag contains 20 apples. Each apple has a mass of 75 grams. What would I be doing now? Maybe figuring out how much my bag weighs in total. the bag itself also has a mass of 18 grams. So we've got 20 apples, which each weigh 75 grams, and the bag itself weighs 18 grams. What would I add? Jack has some bags of apples. The total mass is 9.108 kilograms. How many bags of apples does Jack have? How can I use this information to find out this? Have a go and pause when you're ready to hear the solution. So first we're going to work this part out. We've got a bag of 20 apples, each weighing 75 grams. So 20 times 75 is 1,500 grams. And then we need to add the bag itself, which is 18 on top, so it's 1,518 grams in total for a bag of apples. Now I know that Jack has some bags of apples and his total mass is 9.108 kilograms. Now we can either convert this so that we're working in kg, or we can convert this so we're working in grams. So one bag in total is 1,518. I need to see how many times that fits into 9,108 grams. I've converted it by multiplying by 1,000. Now, we've got 1,500 here because what we're doing basically is we're rounding to make life a bit easier for ourselves. So 2 bags is approximately 3,000. How many times does 1,500 fit into 9,000? And it's easier if we count in twos. So 2 is 3,000, 4 would be 6,000, and 6 would be about 9,000 grams. Jack has 6 bags of apples. Have a go at the rest of the questions. Any issues, please don't hesitate to post them on the blog. And I have had a request to upload a PDF version for the maths as well as the editable one. So I'll assign 2 to-dos. You only need to do one of them. It's whatever's easiest for you. If you find the PDF easier to view, do that. If you find that easier to print, you can print it out. If you want to just write and edit the document, then you can do that as well. Or you can just let us know how you've got on. See you all later. Bye guys!